Hello, my name is Horacio and I teach the Boundless class. This might be the first time you are trying a Boundless class. Let me tell you, not what we do, but how it will work better. Usually a Boundless class is on the back with the lights off or way down, and you don't get to see the movements. I just describe them to you. Here, through video, that's difficult to do, especially if you didn't know what Boundless is and you expect exercises to move. We are going to be moving, but no one is showing you the movements. I am describing them for you. We do that on purpose because with eyes closed, it's easier to turn inside to the sensations that movement have. And that awareness of the sensation of movement is very useful for the brain to recalibrate how it is doing certain things. For example, I had an injury on the side of my body that had made me protect that side for a while, months, years, and I don't move the same way now. It's like the brain forgot to stop protecting that area, and that area stays short instead of being able to come back to how it was before. The method to undo the effects of that overprotection of the brain is to pay attention to the sensations that a movement have when you lengthen that muscle. So it's easy when we are doing it that to understand it just like this intellectually. But what we are doing is being on the floor, heavy, relaxed, listening to the description of the movement, doing the movement very gently, very slowly, just by hearing it. Sometimes if the movement is difficult to explain or to understand, I ask you to open the eyes and look. But usually that will entail having to lift the head from the floor, turn around, look to where I am, and that really takes you out of the state we want, so that this rewiring can happen. If you are interested in reading about this, look about brain plasticity. A book is The Brain That Changes Itself by Norman Deutsch, D-O-I-G-E. Going back to how we'll do the class. Each class is an hour long. The first half an hour is a process that I have described in Boundless number 1. Whenever you want to practice, and if you have time, try to do always number 1 first. It will take half an hour, and it will take you to a point where the body will be prepared to do what the second half an hour of the class will be. Like for example, today we are beginning at the second half hour of a class. So if you can, you will do always Boundless 1, and then complement that with whatever video you choose to do. So far we have 1, 2, and today 3. I will post, once the video is posted to YouTube, I will post in the commentary session some description of what this is, how it works, where it comes from. Half an hour is a very short time, and I feel I'm already talking too much. So, prepare a place for your practice, like a mat. Today we will need a brick, yoga block, or you can use a blanket. We are going to be on the side, so we will use this to support our heads. This will be on the floor, and this will support the neck. Without it, the neck will fall like this towards the shoulder. So if you can, get a yoga block or a blanket, carry with you to the practice place your tablet, your laptop, your phone, and when you're ready to start, press start again. So in a moment I stop talking, and it will be a good point for you to press pause, get your place ready. When you're ready, start again. I see you there in a few seconds. So on the side, either side you want to do first, have your hips aligned with each other, one on top of the other, and your shoulders aligned with each other, one on top of the other. That's a line between your shoulders and your hips. Now bring the knees about 90 degrees with your body. Then you can move the toes a little forward so you can see the toes. This way is a little more relaxed than like this. This makes your back contract. Here is a little more relaxed. Try to make yourself comfortable as you can on this position. Put one hand on top of the other and just relax there. Give yourself a few seconds to feel your contact, your head with the yoga or the mat or the blanket, your shoulder, the length of your arm. Feel the top shoulder align with it. If you want to open the eyes, or maybe you are already watching, you don't want the shoulder to be way back or way forward. One shoulder on top of the other. Same with the hips and with the knees. So now very slowly, very gently, paying attention to what you sense, begin to move your hand up towards your shoulder, touching your arm, feel it, your elbow is bending, and then go back towards your hand. So explore the length of your top arm, the sensation when you bend it and when you lengthen it. Do not move the body back and forth, just the arm. Stop, become heavy, rest. Excuse me. Let's do it again. Begin to bring the arm along your bottom arm. Touch all the way to the shoulder, and then slowly go back again to the front. So you finish hand on top of the hand. Bring it back, and this time go from the left shoulder across your upper chest to your right shoulder, so the elbow goes way up. And then relax and go forward again, all the way to your hand. And one more time. And will you feel better here if you were breathing in as the elbow goes up? And then breathing out as you go forward towards your hand. Do it once or twice more. stop and get heavy. And now slowly and gently, don't rush, find a way to roll back gently on your back. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your arms, and relax. There is the wall on my right side, so I cannot really open my right side. But I wanted to be in the middle of the mat, so I don't mind. But you at home, make sure you can spread. Sorry, I don't have the mic. Okay, so come back to the same position on the side. I was saying that I wanted to be in the middle of the mat. So when I roll on my back, the wall is there, so I cannot really lengthen my arms and legs. But you at home, make sure you are as comfortable as you can when you lay on your back. So now, let's do the same movement, bring the hand back just to the shoulder. And then along the arm again. And when you get there, see if you can relax the top shoulder blade so that it glides forward on your rib cage and your fingers go a little beyond the bottom hand. And then bring it back all the way to the shoulder and then back out. Moving your shoulder blade. Don't use force. You're not trying to stretch. Actually, the opposite. You're just lengthening, finding what's the normal range of that muscle without effort, and then coming back. Remember to notice your breathing. Probably you may want to try breathing out when you reach forward with your shoulder blades and arms, and breathing in when you bring the arm up. Continue rolling back into your back. Rest again. Notice if one side feels different than the other. Notice what you notice. I could point out a few things, but let your body tell you, oh, look at this, look at that. Come back to the side. Same position, legs 90 degrees from the body, one hand on top of the other. Bring the hand along the arm, back to your shoulder, elbow up, open your chest, and then go forward. Release your shoulder blade in the back, let the hand reach a little forward, and see if you can move your belly button forward to the floor, your nose to the floor, so that your neck turns and your spine turns. And you advance on your belly on the front, and you come off the back a little bit, you roll forward. Breathe out. On the next in-breath, move back. Bring the arm along, lift the elbow, breathing in, breathing out, reach with your hand, then with the shoulder blade, and then with your chest, and then back, breathing in, and out, going forward. Don't force, Don't rush. Next time you bring the arm back, roll on your back again. I will not, so I can stay near the mic and talk. But you, as you are on your back, notice does one leg feel longer, one arm, one side of the body heavier, lighter, wider. We are going to do the other side. If I were to turn away from you, you would not see much. So, if you turn to your opposite side, you will have to move your phone or tablet with you. So maybe you want to do what I will do now. So if you want, open your eyes. Sit. Put your feet where your head was. And put the head where the feet were. So we're still facing, in my case, the camera, and in your case, your tablet. Lay on your side, like before. Rest your head on the yoga block. Extend your arms straight out. Bend the knees 90 degrees to your body. Look at your toes barely. One arm on top of the other, palm to palm. Move the arm back to the shoulder first, lifting the elbow, and then forward towards the hand. Don't go beyond, just first see how your arm moves. Next time, bring the hand along the upper chest so the elbow goes up and you can open your chest. And maybe if you hold it there for one time and breathe in, see how it feels to have that space. And then relax in breathing out, let the hand come down to your shoulder and then along the arm and back. Roll on the back and rest for a moment. And come back to the side. Because of time, we are going to have shorter breaks. When doing it at home, once you know what the movement is, please take as much time as you want to. Meaning, a few more repetitions, a few more minutes laying on the back. Begin again, one hand on top of the other. Bring it back to the shoulder, across the chest, with the elbow up, breathing in, breathing out. Relax, go the length of your arm. Relax your shoulder blade, let it glide on the rib cage and reach beyond the hand, and then bring it back. Bring it back, breathe in, open your chest. Lift the elbow, and breathing out, go forward, beyond the hand. Come back up, roll on the back again, and rest. One more time. Come on your side. One hand on top of the other. Bring the hand back to your shoulder, breathing in, open the chest, lift the elbow. Breathing out, go down with the hand and then follow your arm. Relax your shoulder blade and roll your belly button to the floor, your nose to the floor. Relax your neck, breathe out, and breathing in, move back. The head is back on the block, touch your chest, lift your elbow, you're breathing in, breathing out, go forward. Beyond the hand, look to the floor, belly button close to the floor, breathing in, lift the elbow. One more time, breathing out. Move your belly button forward towards the floor, your nose to the floor. Relax your shoulder blade, breathe out. Don't use effort, stay there, relax, get heavy. Like a towel on the floor, just be there, heavy. Then breathe in, move back, roll on the back, and rest. Now we should go back to the other side, to whichever side we did first. But just for time convenience, since we are on this side, we'll do the second part of our lesson on this side first. Come back to the side. This time we are going to find a direction between the lower hand and the head. Breathe in and bring the hand back towards your shoulder. And now breathing out, go diagonally, any point between your arm and your head. Relax forward, relax your shoulder blade, and then bring it back, breathing in. Do it 2 more times. Breathing out, go forward. Breathing in, come back to your shoulder. And 1 more time. Out. Go forward. In. Go back. Lift the elbow. And the next part, again, same place. Roll your belly button forward and your nose forward. And then back, breathing in. And 1 more time, go forward. Roll your belly button to the floor, your nose to the floor. Relax, heavy. Breathing in, come back, and roll on your back and rest. I'm turning my body around again to the other side, to the first side. I'm choosing to say other side, top side, it's instead of left and right, because we tend to get confused sometimes with left and right. But if I keep saying the top, then whichever side you need to do again, that's the side you are now, the side we did first. Put your hand on top of the hand. Bring the hand back towards your bottom shoulder. And now go diagonally on the floor, leading with the fingers, anywhere you want, between the arm and the head. Just your hand and arm, breathing out, and bringing it back in, lifting the elbow more in, opening the chest, and out, go forward, and release your shoulder blade this time, and then bring the shoulder blade back, then the arm back, then the elbow back, and out. This time, roll your belly button to the floor and your nose to the floor. Relax your whole spine. And then you roll it back to be straight, breathing in, elbow up, and out again, forward. Rolling your head and neck, look at the floor, breathing in, roll to the original position, elbow up, and out, one more time. This time as you breathe in and roll back, roll on your back and rest. Notice what you feel. Notice what you feel when you are on your back. You can stay on your back. I came back so I can talk. It's either me or the mic. So notice length of your legs, of your arms, weight of your legs, arms, compared side to side. Notice if one side is bigger, longer, heavier. Notice if you feel longer, like if muscles relax, they're going to get longer, and the curves of the body are going to get a little less curve. You're going to lengthen, feel flattened. Bring your knees up to 90 degrees. Put the hand over the hand. I would show you a little bit more, but I'm afraid for this one we have time for only one side. So after we finish, you're going to do, if you want, the other side on your own. So first, bring the hand back along the arm, then along the chest until the elbow is up. Look at your hand so your neck turns. Lift the hand up, looking at it. Breathe in. Breathing up, and the elbow, slide it towards the hand, roll forward, breathing out, and breathing in, lift the hand straight up and turn the neck and look at it, and breathing out, touch your chest, and slide forward, out. Breathing in, bring the hand to the hand, and then lift it, looking at it. Keep the fingers relaxed, turn the neck, feel like you're rolling a little bit on your back, and then fold, breathe out, slide forward, Out breath. In. Sorry, I did that really different. But it gives you a good idea. We are not stuck to just one way. So the way I was saying is just lift the hand. Follow it with your eyes. Breathing in, and then when you need to stop and the arm, breathe out and go forward. If you didn't notice, fine. But what I'm talking about is that one time I did it like this, touching my chest and then lifting the hand instead of lifting in the hand. Both are good, you can play with them. There are many variations. And then roll on your back and rest. Remember to do the other side on your own. Probably this movement will be very helpful if you have had surgery in your chest, on the side of your rib cage, on your armpit, or on your arm. That area has adhesions. Maybe it doesn't move as freely as before, or maybe there is a little pain. We don't want pain. So if anything that we did today gives you pain, please stop immediately. Don't do it. You can imagine that you're doing it. It still will have an effect if in your mind you go to the sensations of what that movement will be if you were actually doing it. In this class, we threw away the no pain, no gain, and we say no pain, big gain. So don't do extra effort, don't stress, don't do too much, and do not accept pain in the movement. When you are ready to come up, do it slowly. Once you're up, spend a few moments, if you can, just standing. Turn the head side to side first. Move your head looking up and down. Then walk slowly for a few moments, giving the body, the brain, the nervous system the opportunity to come together again into what it needs to be doing when we are standing on 2 feet and walking and doing things. This is just an exploration today about the reach of the arm and how it relates to the neck, to the back. And please check for comments on the comment section on the YouTube channel where you are watching this video now. Thank you. Take care.